We're back. Right now, I want to bring a dear friend of mine on the stage. He's a great talent. Let's give a nice round of applause for Chip Copa. Come on. Hey, Joe. How you doing, Chip? How you doing? Good. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing, all right? So what's been going on these days?
Not much, Joe. I'm enjoying myself, singing a lot, singing with a group called 45 RPM. We sing throughout Philadelphia down here, and I have 4 members. Sherry Missler from Star. We have Ernie Finero, who was the first tenor from Anthony and the Sophomores. Frank Caruso. And we're doing very, very well. We sing the Italian Festival, the Block Party. We come here, sing for you during the summer.
That's great.
We're doing very, very well.
I'm looking forward to bringing you back also.
I'm ready to come back and sing for these people, if they'll have me.
You know, we're talking about the early days when we first got started, and you were with a group called the Aquanets.
That's correct.
Back those days, it was you, Frankie Fratto, and Dom D'Angelo.
Dom D'Angelo, that's correct.
I'm going to take you back and show this little clip with the 4 of us singing together.
Oh, I want to see this. Go ahead.
Right here.
Each time we had a part, it almost breaks my heart, and I am so afraid that we will have to part. Each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love?
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
I look thin. I look better than I do now. Go ahead.
You didn't look like Grandpa Stroman back in those days.
That's correct.
Well, Chip, I got to ask you a question. You know, when you go to La Piazza, like, what are like some of your favorite dishes?
Well, it's between 2. Eggplant rollantini and Sicilian calamari.
Oh.
That is my, it burns, but I have to go with the eggplant.
If you had to choose right now, what would you say?
Eggplant, because my wife steals it from my plate.
Oh, we're going to take you and show you how to make that right now. Right now we're going to do a dish here. It's very simple. And here at La Piazza, it's not all about all these fancy dishes and these high-end dishes. We do have some simple dishes for the simple palate. We still have some mom and dad home cooking. Stuff that grandma used to make. Right now we're going to do a dish called eggplant rollantini. Everybody's going to have their own version of it, so that's great. We're just going to share our version. We're going to franchise it. And all that is an egg batter, which is just done with egg and grated cheese. Pecorino Romano, Parmesan if you like Parmesan. We're using Pecorino Romano. And that's got a little more salt, got a little more of a kick to it. And he's going to flour the eggplant. Once you flour the eggplant, now you dip it in the egg and you fry it. We're putting it in a deep fry. You could do this right on top of your stove in a frying pan, electric frying pan. You could do this. And you could use your own gravy, your own sauce, as you would call it, marinara sauce, your own meat gravy. And why do we call it gravy? I say this every time. I've been doing this now for 6 years here on Chef. And look up the meaning of gravy in the dictionary. It says made from meat drippings. Doesn't say brown gravy, it just says meat drippings. So we're making a tomato gravy. When we make it with pork bones and meat, and that's how you get gravy. All right, we have the eggplant cooked already, and we're gonna put a piece of prosciutto on it. Now ricotta, we're going to make it for you right now how we're doing this. You just take some ricotta cheese, some pecorino romano, black pepper, and garlic. Some parsley. Now the garlic is going to bring it up to another level. All right? So when you make a ravioli, you don't throw garlic in. You can, but I wouldn't suggest it. And eggs. Eggs is the binding factor in this whole thing. He's mixing it all together. We're going to put it inside the eggplant. You're going to roll it up. And we usually give 2 for an appetizer here and 3 for dinner. Now we have our second one ready for our appetizer. And now we're going to finish it off with some mozzarella cheese. Now we're going to put a little bit of marinara sauce on top, and then we're going to bake it in the oven until the cheese gets nice and firm in the inside. About 10 minutes, 15 minutes, doesn't take long. Right now we're going to do an appetizer special that we do here at La Piazza. Scallops wrapped in bacon, done in an orange cello glaze. All right. Now this is real simple. You can do this at home and say, how can I do that at home? It's real simple. Just get a piece of scallop, wrap it, take one piece of bacon, wrap the whole scallop. See that? Put a little toothpick in it. And you can take a frying pan or a pot, put it on the stove. I would suggest putting a pot. It's the best way to do it. Put some oil on it, get the temperature up to about 350, and then you throw them in there and let them fry till they're golden brown. And then you can finish them off in your oven, and we'll show you how to make the sauce. We got our 5 scallops wrapped up. Now we're just going to throw them in the fryer later. Quickly get them browned. Here they go. Hear that sizzling down there? You don't have to use the orange cello sauce. You can use anything you want if you have a special dip you want to make up. But this is something we do here at La Piazza. I actually make my own orange cello from scratch. So it's real easy. We want to get those scallops out of the fryer later, put them in the oven. Now you look at these scallops, a nice golden brown, but inside it has a tendency not to be totally cooked. So you can finish it off in the oven. So right now we're going to show you some. We're going to show you this orange cello glaze or sauce, if you want to call it. You're going to get some oil and some shallots. Now, shallots almost look like a clove of garlic, but they're not. They're in the onion family, but they look like a large clove of garlic, and they're got a nice sweet taste to it. Now he's got them sauteing, sweating the shallots in the olive oil. That's very important. Anytime you saute, you've got to pull those flavors out. And he's going to let them work together. And he's going to throw some butter. Got to have the butter. Between the bacon and the butter, you're going to have to take a couple cholesterol pills. Now the butter also reducing the alcohol and the butter and all, it actually is making it a little thicker. So it gives a nice little sweet flavor to these scallops. And scallops are all on the sweet side to begin with. So between the salt of the bacon and the taste of the scallops and the sauce being sweet, great combination. Great combination. And we're going to put a little stock in there. You see how nice and thick that's gotten? Look how nice that is. And that's going to adhere to those scallops. When he pours it over the scallops, it'll just go right on there like a glaze. And I think our scallops are just about done now. All right, while we're doing this, I'm going to throw in a couple pounds of pasta down there for me. We're going to need some pasta. Go ahead. Throw it down there. That's for our next dish. So while we're getting the dish prepared, the pasta could be cooking. The macaroni, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it macaroni. We still fight about this all the time. You say sauce, we say gravy. You say pasta, we say macaroni. Now the scallops are done. They're out of the oven. And we're putting this on, the glaze right on top. Look at that. Really, really simple to do. Great dish. Look at that. I know what I'm going to start off with anyway.